Everyone must know this. Everyone, Shane Hollander is an asshole.
The series Heated Rivalry quickly became very popular. Why? Because it tells a story about same-sex love between hockey players. And we all understand that hockey is one of the most masculine, aggressive, and traditionally conservative sports out there. So the very idea of the storyline caused a huge reaction. But in this video, I want to look at the show from a slightly different angle. Hey, I'm Gazelle, and as Russian, I'm gonna react to this TV show Heated Rivalry. We're gonna talk about Russian language in this TV show, about Ilya's Russian accent, about LGBTQ plus community, and about homophobic laws in Russia, about Ilya's family, friends, and some real Russian actors in this TV show. And in the end, a little bit I'll tell you about this actor. And of course, we start with Ilya Russian.
Shane Hollander, I wanted to introduce myself.
Okay. And Russia's Ilya Rosanov.
When I first started watching this TV show, I was really thinking that maybe this actor is Russian who plays Ilya, because his Russian accent in English sounds so cool, and I really thought, oh, maybe it's Russian actor.
Never said 40 goals. He's liar told you that. I said 50.
But no, it's not. He's an American, and I will tell about his biography later. He made this accent like 10 out of 10. That was really great. And visually, oh my god, just look at him. He really looks like Russian. I would call him Ivan, because Ivan is like a stereotype, I don't know, like super Russian name. So I can tell that they chose really good actor.
Shut your idiot face, Marley.
You're straight up blushing, Ross.
No, never in life have I blushed. Russians do not do this.
This man, I'm 90% butt, y'all. I'm more butt than man. Compliment battle.
And you know what? He told that he was learning this language, not language, maybe just some phrases in a few weeks. And a lot of people also in the comment, they tell that, wow, he made a really good job, because I really believe that he's a Russian hockey player because of his accent in English. But also, I've seen some comments like people told his Russian is also good because he sounds almost like a native speaker. But as a native speaker, I can tell, no, he's not.
$1000? Для чего на этот раз? Это, блядь, в последний раз. Но я сегодня не отправлю. Здесь уже полночь, Алексей. Вчера по телефону он попросил меня принести домой немного хлеба.
Because when he started speaking Russian on the first episode, I was just like, okay, I was wrong. 100%, he's a foreign actor. He doesn't speak this language, he just learned the lines, and that's totally okay. I'm really impressed, and I think a lot of people are really impressed because, yeah, he did a really great job. And I think it's really hard just to remember some lines in another language. And you know, this line, when he was speaking in Russian, just listen.
Я никогда больше сюда не вернусь. Я здесь все ненавижу, и все меня ненавидят.
Я за все плачу. Я слежу, чтобы у всех были нормальные вещи. Чтобы еда была на уровне. Чтобы отец был похоронен рядом с его родителями.
The monologue is long, and the fact that he memorized it, that's cool. Also, another important detail, I didn't notice it when I watched it, but when he won this cup, he told "За тебя, мама." It means this is for you, mom. And now we need to talk about context about LGBTQ plus community in Russia and laws. I'll say directly, Russia is a homophobic country. It doesn't mean that every individual in Russia hates LGBTQ plus community. It doesn't mean there are no gay, lesbian, or transgender people. It's not true. Of course, they absolutely exist there, but mostly they are hidden. Because at the legislative level, the situation is complicated. I will tell you about laws in Russia. In 2013, a federal law was passed banning the propaganda of non-traditional sexual relations among minors. Formally, it was framed as protecting children. In reality, it limited public visibility of LGBTQ topics. But then this law expanded, and starting in December 2022, Russia has a total ban on LGBT propaganda, pedophilia, and gender reassignment, which applies to all citizens, including the internet, mass media, cinema, and advertising. Violations result in high fines up to 1 million rubles. For legal entities, it's around $10,000, and for foreigners, administrative arrest with expulsion. Since 2023, the law also prohibits sex reassignment. And yes, it's all on par with pedophilia. This creates an atmosphere of fear and self-censorship. Yeah, the story between Ilya and Shane, it happened before 2022, but anyway, you can see the situation in his country. Now combine this with this hockey culture. Professional hockey is hyper-masculine and conservative worldwide. Just be honest, being openly gay can really destroy your career. We even see Shane fearing his parents' reaction, and Ilya knows his family would not accept him. So when he says he cannot return to Russia, it feels logical. And in the last episode, he says he could marry for citizenship.
I could marry Svetlana. She's American, would be easy citizenship.
And it's not an exaggeration. Many LGBTQ individuals from restrictive countries move to places where same-sex marriage is legal, anti-discrimination laws exist, asylum is possible. Several European and North American countries grant asylum based on persecution due to sexual orientation. But we see he doesn't want this asylum, he wants to marry a woman. And I think he wasn't serious when he said that, but anyway, we clearly understand his emigration storyline. There is another cultural reference in the series that I absolutely have to talk about. They used song All the Things She Said of t.A.T.u. Those who may not know, t.A.T.u was a Russian pop duo formed in early 2000s. The members were Yulia Volkova and Lena Katina, or we can call them Yulia and Lena. They became internationally famous with this song, All the Things She Said. But in Russian version, this song sounds Я сошла с ума. Literally, I've lost my mind because I need her. And of course, I think that choice of this song is not random, because this song is more than just a 2000s pop hit. It became one of the most recognizable LGBTQ anthems associated with Russia. And if you don't mind, I just want to talk about this group a little bit. In the early 2000s, two teenage girls presenting themselves as a romantic couple, kissing on stage, holding hands, singing about forbidden love was explosive. They also performed this song in Eurovision.
The Russian entry, song number 11, Don't.
This group was disbanded. Both members said that the lesbian relationship had been part of the image, a producer-driven concept. They stated they were never actually romantically involved. Both women later married men and lived in different countries. Lena has constantly said she identifies as heterosexual but supports LGBTQ people, but Yulia's position has been more controversial. At one point, she said she was bisexual and even implied she had feelings for Lena when they were teenagers. But later, she made statements saying that having a gay son would be terrible, while suggesting that girls being together is somehow more acceptable, though still wrong.
Вы будете осуждать сына, если он отдаст предпочтение нетрадиционным сексуальным отношениям?
Да. Я считаю, что мужчина должен оставаться мужчиной.
Смотрите, вы, рассказывая, отвечая на подобный вопрос у своей дочери, мотивировали это свободой.
Относится только к дочери. Мужчина не имеет права, простите, быть пи***м. Извините.
That caused significant backlash. There was also a period when Yulia Volkova became involved in politics, and some people speculate that her statements might have been influenced by that political context, or perhaps it reflects internalized homophobia. It's difficult to say. But recently, last year, they reunited. Now they again sing songs on the stage. course, everyone knows what these songs are about, yet they are not fully cancelled in Russia. Interestingly, when performing, they sing only the English version of Я сошла с ума, I've lost my mind. In one interview, they said that they do it intentionally to avoid potential issues on the Russian laws restricting LGBT propaganda. You probably may ask me, how does it really help if you just sing the same song in another language? I don't know actually, maybe because the meaning of the song in English, we cannot really say if it means about love between girls because they just sing all the things she said running through my head. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of strange because everybody knows the meaning of the song. And of course, because before they told that they were originally a highly controlled producer project, today the reunion feels more commercial than ideological. But despite all that, people still listen and people still love the music, and you can even hear the music popular TV shows. And now let's talk about Ilya's family and friends, because a lot of people, they were really surprised like why he keeps sending them money, why he really talks to them. We see that his family is toxic. They don't love him, they never loved him, and people, they don't understand why he helps them. Ilya's father is strict with a military background and he has dementia now.
Ты проиграл
Латвии.
Латвии. И он еще пьет. Как ты допустил до этого? Тебе не стыдно?
Мне стыдно, отец.
Но не настолько.
His brother is troubled, dependent, constantly asking for money.
Как папа?
Твою мать, у тебя какая фигня с папой?
Папа в порядке, Илья. Мы тут и без тебя проживем. Иди ты нахер, Илья.
His mother was a key figure in his life and she passed away. Why does he keep sending money to his family? Because in many cultures, there's strong belief you are obligated to take care of your parents, you must help your elders. And there's also killed Ilya. He left. His brother stayed with his sick father. Ilya compensates with money. Did he love his father? That's complicated. Probably we can say he loved his mother, and now his father and family is the only connection he has left with his mom. And now let's talk about Svetlana. I was really surprised when I heard Svetlana's speech because her Russian was really good, and here's the reason.
Что? Вы уже несколько лет переписываетесь. Я думала, может быть, это что-то серьезное или что-то типа того.
Name of an actress Ksenia Daniela Kharlamova is a Canadian actress and model. She was born in Toronto to a Russian-Ukrainian mother and a Trinidadian father. She spent the first few years of her life in Toronto before moving to St. Petersburg, Russia, after which she describes being ping-pong between the two places. And by the way, her great-uncle was the Soviet ice hockey player Valery Kharlamov. So, of course, now I understand why her Russian sounds so natural. But come back to the TV show. A relationship between Ilya and Svetlana is not a classic romantic relationship. Svetlana is his friend and co-friend. Maybe it's better to say that they friends with benefits, because we realize that Ilya had relationship with Svetlana and also with another guy, and I think he has this friends with benefits relationship with all of them.
Ладно, поехали куда-нибудь.
Нет.
I was kind of surprised, but she said that she supports him and he always will be with him. And that's how in this TV show they portray girls, because if you remember, Shane also had a girlfriend who was the first person to gently hint at his orientation.
Are there any gay hockey players?
And this girl also told that she, on his side, she will be with him if she will support him. And now let's talk about actor. Let's start with Connor, who plays Ilya. Ilya was played by Connor Storrie. He was born on February 22, 2000 in Colorado, United States. At the time of the show's release, he was around 25 years old. As a child, he practiced gymnastics. He studied at an art school. He spent a year in France and learned French. Before Heated Rivalry, he had small roles, worked as a waiter, and attended auditions. As I said before, he has no Russian roots. He learned Russian specifically for this role. After the show's success, he signed with Creative Artists Agency. He also hosted Saturday Night Live.
Some of you may have seen literally all of me on my show Heated Rivalry. It's a show that has taught a lot of people about hockey.
His role as Ilya became his breakthrough. And another actor is Hudson Williams. He was born on February 13 in 2001 in Canada. His mother is Korean and his father is Canadian. In this TV show, he was 24 years old. He studied film arts at college. Before the series, he appeared in smaller TV projects. And of course, Shane became his breakthrough role too.
I grew up in a small town, Kamloops. Yeah, growing up, I think I was always sort of an artsy kid. I made YouTube videos with my friends and little skits and sketches. And getting into acting, I remember before grade 1, my mom, because I liked science and the arts, and she said, "You want to go to a science school or an art school?" And I said art school, and taking that from grades 1 to 7, I think really informed me until today still, because it taught us math, science, singing, dancing, acting, performing were all as important.
So that's it, and write in the comments, did you watch this show? Did you like it? And are you waiting for season 2? And by the way, officially there will be season 2 in 2027, as I remember. Yeah, and write your opinion in the comments.